Welcome back. As promised before the break, the stock on our radar right now is Borosil Renewables. Now, the reason we're featuring this stock is not only the phenomenal gains that it has seen, the stock is up about 130%, I think, in just the last 12 trading sessions. But there are some more gains to be seen business-wise. So as we know, Borosil Renewables is the only solar glass manufacturer in India, and solar glass is used across all platforms, even for buildings, etc. And the government has now come out with an announcement where they laid emphasis on obtaining solar panels in and from India. So we have the management, Mr. Pradeep Kheruka of Borosil Renewables, who is with us. Mr. Pradeep, thanks so much for joining us, and season's greetings to you and your team at Borosil Renewables. I want to understand from you, what will the opportunity be now since the government has laid an emphasis on, more Make in India for solar glass panels? What kind of visibility would you have?
Well, it's quite clear that the nation is powering ahead with solar energy, and the government has decided that in the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the modules that are going to generate the energy and the cells which are used to, which are the active ingredient in the modules, should be made in India. And there are a number of schemes which the government has launched, like KUSUM and the PSU scheme, whereby which require that the modules and the cells in those modules be made in India. Now, typically when a module is made in India, the other very important component of the module is the solar glass, on which the whole module comes into existence. And it so happens that we are the only manufacturers of solar glass in India. And therefore, we have a chance of being able to meet the requirement of the module maker in India by supplying him solar glass from our company. Of course, imports are open under open general license. So these can be imported either from China or Malaysia, which are the two principal sources of supply of solar glass in the world. In fact, against our 500 tons a day or 450 tons a day capacity, China has about, well, nearly 20,000 tons a day of capacity. So they are 40 times larger than us. However, we do offer the advantage of prompt supply and easier payment terms to our customers as compared to imports.
Mr. Kheruka, good morning and thanks for joining us. Is there not a PLI scheme also for some kind of solar, I think it's for panel manufacturers. You're not interested in that?
Yes, very much so. I mean, it does not affect us directly. It applies to cell manufacturers and panel and module manufacturers.
Yeah.
But we are something that goes into the module, and then we believe that we have the competitiveness to be able to supply the glass for that.
Okay. So
the very fact that is being made in India is what we consider to be very good for us.
Okay. So when the PLI schemes get announced and people throw their hat in, you are expecting more demand, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We can see that definitely on the horizon.
Okay.
Much for Indian scheme.
Okay.
Module.
So therefore, are you already putting in any capex plans?
Yes, indeed. We have started. We had just completed our expansion, which was doubling the previous capacity in 2019. And now we have already kicked off our third furnace, and we hope to be in production by June 2022, which further double our existing capacity. We are now 450 tons a day, and that would make us 950 tons.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we recently successfully launched a QIP, which got subscribed by marquee names like Bank Paribas, HSBC Global, Societe Generale, Convergent, and Templeton.
Okay, so this capacity increase to 950 tons per day, has the entire investment been funded by the QIP proceeds, or would you need to sort of raise some more debt or dip into your own cash for capex?
We are looking at about 120 crores of self-generated investments and about 180 crores of debt and 200 crores of QIP. So that's about total of 500 crores for a 500 ton per day facility.
Well, Mr. Kheruka, sorry, may I? Yeah, Mr. Kheruka, I wanted to ask you, you gave us an idea that your capacity will double by 22. Instead of 450,000, you will be making 900,000. what will this do to your margins? At the moment, I think your Q2 margins were fantastic at about 27%. What is a normalized margin, and does it improve considerably when you double?
Yes, there's no question that we are going to benefit from economies of scale, and with a higher output, we shall definitely, the cost of manpower, I mean to say senior management manpower comes down. And we do need those senior people to run the whole operation, but we do not need to replace them or to replicate them for each. So there's a great saving there. And there are many other savings which come out of expanded capacity, like infrastructure. We don't need to spend that much on infrastructure. 500 crores is for a brownfield expansion. That is, the greenfield, it might very well have gone up to 750.
No, do you have any moat, or can these other guys like Asahi and Saint-Gobain enter this place, or just anybody can enter the place?
Yes, absolutely anybody can enter the place. Asahi, Saint-Gobain and Guardian, all the three companies which are present in India in a large way, have been in solar glass historically in other parts of the world, in Europe and in the United States. And in fact, they all withdrew from solar glass. Interestingly, the last major player to withdraw from solar glass was Saint-Gobain in April 2020, when they decided to no longer produce solar glass in Europe. And now they have all withdrawn from solar glass.
Oh, so overall, what could the global demand for solar glass be? Which are the different industries where you see the maximum potential from right now? Industries and geographies. And what role can your own company play in this?
You see, there is a very strong demand now from many countries in the world, including countries like Brazil, for instance, who would like to source glass from a non-Chinese manufacturer. And we are exporting to Russia, we're exporting to Brazil, we're exporting to the Middle East, to Germany, Holland, France, Italy, North America, Canada, the United States, Canada. There's a strong demand for glass now going forward. And the reason for this, you see, is that now it's absolutely crystal clear that solar glass, solar energy from the photovoltaic route is the most economic source of generating power.
Okay.
It stands proved.
Got that. Well, just a final question, Mr. Kheruka. You said that the Chinese output is 40 times yours,
yes,
but or 40 times India's in this case.
Yeah.
Can you all beat them on price?
You see, it's important to understand that China took a call to dominate the world in terms of the means of production of solar energy. So solar modules, solar cells,
Panels,
solar glass, just about everything that you can think of that goes into generation of solar power, China decided to subsidize this very significantly. And they decided to have a strategic entry into solar power. And by doing so, they have successfully wiped out cell manufacturing, glass manufacturing, and module manufacturing from much of the world. And what is available today, what remains today, what is residual, is just a percentage of what used to be. So what we have done, you see, is that we have whittled down our costs and we have whittled down our processes so that we are able to meet Chinese prices, which are lower than the cost of production because of the subsidies and things that they enjoy, incentives that they enjoy. And we are able to match their prices, which are subsidized, while we are not subsidized.
Wow.
So I think that has given us an edge.
Oh, right. That's so good to hear, sir. That's so good to hear. Thank you very much for joining us, and hope you have a well-lit 2021.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So that's good to hear that Indian producers are able to beat even subsidized Chinese products. We'll take a break on that note. We have one eye cocked on the Nifty. It is still stubbornly at 13,985 thereabouts, not making that last leap of 10 points. But, we have one eye also on the year that was. A series of Rewind 2020 observations coming from our research team in just a minute.